What is going on? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let me turn our music down a little bit. There we go. Certainly hope everybody's having a good Saturday morning. Why am I getting low back here? Let me check something. Let's bring. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit better. Welcome. Yes. The small but quaint studio guester here. I am getting some kind of feedback with this headset, but hopefully it'll work itself out. I don't want to put it on my PlayStation ones, and everything seems to be lined out okay. Let me look at my. Let's look at the. Oh, I see why. There we go. Gotta help. Hopefully that'll help a little. Now let's. All right. That's a little bit better. All right, what's going on, people? Good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Certainly hope you are having a good Saturday morning. Hopefully your families are doing good. But welcome. It's another Porch Light podcast. Certainly hope you all enjoy this one. We got a few topics here. I'm gonna give you my PlayStation year one in review, which everybody is doing their year in reviews. And so I'll just tell you how I saw the whole year, the whole perspective. I am going to lose this headset. Back in, maybe it'll be better. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better. A little static charge there. Yeah, we'll have to, we're going to do that. I've been playing Forza 5, Horizon 5, I should say. I'll give an early impression on it. And ultimately, what is your favorite PS5 game? For the year. What is your favorite PS5 game? And yes, I did buy a new TV. We're going to be talking about that. I'll take you through my decision-making process with the television set. And so that is it. So for you guys, go ahead and vote. Do you all think that PlayStation 5 has lived up to its billing? Go ahead and leave a comment on why you don't think it has, or why you think it has. And also hit that like button as you come in, and share the video. Share the care, as we would like to say in the hood. Share the care. unless you're Claire. There we go. So, but yeah, and make sure you have your trophy scores ready, because we all know, and I, like my lady friend would say, men compensate for lack of other things. So they say, they may be saying to go ahead and look at trophies, but because that's the way it works, So make sure you get your trophy scores out, and remember, if you haven't played Mass Effect, you're not a real gamer, because that's the greatest game of all time. And make sure that a real gamer should be playing everything, right, from JRPGs to westernized RPGs to racing games to flight sim games and things like that. You should have an eclectic taste. That's if you're like a real hardcore, pretty much gamer. And that the definition, they play everything. Is what somebody was telling me. The professional gamer may concentrate in one or two areas. The hardcore gamer plays everything, and then the casual gamer, plays Candy Crush. Or a friend of mine, his girlfriend was playing Candy Crush the other day, just loving it. Just seeing her face was all lit up, So but yeah, so those are some of the differences there. To me, a hardcore gamer and professional gamer are pretty much the same thing. But I was told to look at it differently, that the hardcore gamer is, they play a little bit of, they play everything, and not just one genre or something like that. And then the professional gamer may concentrate on one or two disciplines, maybe, whatever. That's fine, And then there's a casual gamer. So make sure that when you're asked to show your trophies, you say, well, show me your Mass Effect trophies, because that's the way we're going to play it. It's silly, but it is what it is. So hit that like button, people. But yes, thank you. Yeah. So I love the pushback that I see online against the I don't know, these dweebs that are asking to see your trophies. So just say, yeah, or challenge them to a game. You can go ahead and do that. Just challenge them to one of the games that they claim they like to play. So best 3 out of 5. If it's a flight, if it's a Ace Combat or something like that. But we'll start with the Forza 5 review. I've played it for about an hour, maybe a little something on those lines, hour and a half. Had to make some changes to my PC in order to run it correctly. So what you're seeing right now is running at 1440p, 60 frames per second. It's high graphics. About 90% of the game is in high graphics. I do not have the card to run it at I don't have the card to run it in ultra settings. You do need it's a higher tier card. It should be. It's a new game. My cards are my graphics card is set up for 2019 and below. So I have an RDNA 1 card. But so what do I think of the game? It's an arcade racing game. So it needs to be compared to like the rally sports game, or the I don't know, it's like rally sports, and Dirt, the game Dirt that came out. It's on that type of level, the way it drives. It's an arcade racer. So I personally believe it's the best arcade racer out there. But and I've said that multiple times. So it's not a driving simulator like Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is a driving sim. So it's going to have more attention to details. It would be the equivalent of Ace Combat, which lets you jump in an airplane and do all kind of crazy stuff that a real airplane can't do. But it's an arcade style game versus a game like Microsoft's Flight Sim that pays attention to detail. It's heavy detail oriented. People are like, well, it looks boring. Well, it should look boring if you're playing it correctly. Okay, it's supposed, if you're up there fighting the controls and there's something going wrong, then you've done something wrong on the for that for that session. I would like to say, but again, I mean, I've enjoyed it multiple times. It's a fun game. Okay, I'm I haven't played Dirt 5 yet. I could, I guess, play it. I guess it's on Game Pass, but yeah, it's a fun game. It looks fun, but you can just look at the way I'm driving, as you can see up there. It's not realistic, you know. It's not a realistic game. First things first, if a plane is that close to the ground, and I'm that close behind it, I'm going to get some type of turbulence. It's not going to give me that. That's a simulator would do that. But the game is it's a fun driving game. As you can see, there's not a ton of people on the sides of the road. It's supposed to be this big festival. And so again, it's not a bad game. I like Forza 4. It's fun to play. All right. It's fun to play. It's got a lot of things you can do in track, which I do enjoy. And I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. It's a good game. It's got a high Metacritic score. I don't use Metacritic for nothing, but I know there's a bunch of moist fruit booties that do. But it's a 91, 92 Metacritic score, and the whole going back and forth, the fanboying things. The reason why the Xbox community is going crazy about it is, one, you got to understand, it's multiple reasons. This kind of goes into what Porter Rock was saying on his podcast. Why is there an agenda through the media to help Microsoft stay afloat with what they're doing? The answer to that is yes. The reason that is, however, is because of it's so unbalanced. And even though the media should not, and I agree, the media should not be pushing that. If you have a business model set up, on Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony doing well, and Microsoft isn't holding up its end of the bargain, it's your business model is going to start failing. So these companies that cover have an agenda to make sure Microsoft is in the game, no pun intended, with their console. So that's the way they're doing it. Microsoft has done a very good job with getting into the media and pushing what they're doing and how it's a big deal and it can be viable and things like that. And so they have people within the media who are helping them push that narrative. That's just the reality of it. That's the reality. And I don't agree with what they're doing, but I don't have an Xbox, and this is the first time I've never had an Xbox. Ever since Xbox has come out, I've always had an Xbox. So from the job, I even went out and got the Jolly Green Giant one, the one that nobody wanted. I bought that, and I had that for a little bit, but it wasn't that good. It was not that good of a console. And Microsoft knew it, and the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X represented them resetting what they were doing. And Sony took advantage of that. Because that's what companies do. They always, a good company will always take advantage of your weaknesses. It's like a good football team will take advantage of your weaknesses, or a baseball team. If you got a weak third pitcher, they're going to try to really get after that third pitcher. So that's reality. That is the reality. So so there is a media bias. It is, to me, it's obvious. When Days Gone came out, came out, there were media people putting out things like it's the end of single player games. And the reason why they were putting that narrative out there is because they want, they wanted what Microsoft was doing, which was to be pushing playing online with your friends and stuff like that. They want that to be a narrative that people will just start doing. Okay. Which I vehemently disagree with, but that is what they're doing. And maybe hold on, change them. Hold on. Yeah. All right. There we go. So it's so when you have you got two forces pulling against each other. Microsoft cannot compete in the physical media realm anymore with Nintendo and Sony. They can't. So they are going to this rental service. And the reason why Phil Spencer put those numbers out, it's like 1 million people or 5 million people were playing, or it was something like that. What they're trying to say to their shareholders and to other companies is this model will work. Now, they're going to have a hard time when the NPD numbers on sales come out. And if you don't know this already, Forza 5 is already on sale on Amazon. It's already been discounted because nobody's buying the damn game. So we'll wait and see what NPD results are. I mean, I'm expecting, and understand Microsoft is going with this user model. Okay, it's a user-based model system that they're saying are their gamers. So technically, because I've downloaded the game and I played it, I'm a user. Okay, they will count me as a user as well. Yeah, I didn't buy the game, but I do have Game Pass. So I think it's like $9.99 a month. So, but I'm already tired of the game because it's just like Forza 4. It just looks better. It does look better. It can look better than what you're seeing now because I am in high graphic settings, high and medium graphic settings. And but that's the way my PC is going to run this game. I benchmarked it at 1440p. I benchmarked it at 1080p. I can play it at 1080p with some ultra settings, but I'm sticking to 1440p just for the video. But for the recorded video for you all to see it, when I play it, I will tune it down to 1080p, 60 frames per second, and I will go ultra graphics. So that is my early review of Forza. It's a good arcade game. It's a good arcade racing game, meaning that don't take the driving seriously. Don't take the way you're supposed to drive. Just drive it like you're in the backyard playing bumper cars. But as far as what the game looks like, things like that, the game looks really good, and I think everybody would agree. The Horizon series has always looked good, and it always gets a high Metacritic score. I don't know why people online are going back and forth about it. It's a solid game. It's a solid game. So, but again, Microsoft has a user-based model. They're going away from physical media. That's why people are like, are they even going to make another console? The answer to that is yes. If Sony makes a console, Microsoft's going to make a console. And it's just that Microsoft is waiting to see what Sony's next console is so that they can make a more powerful console, even though it won't matter. At this point, you're starting to get diminished returns. So, but that's my opinion on it. As you can see, the back of the car there, it says PS Nation on there. This is an arcade racing game. Me doing that spin out gives me points. I'm not going to get that in a simulator. But you can see there, the car says PS Nation on it. So I made that myself. So, what you're looking at now is just me driving around. I don't think I raced anybody. I turned that off, and I was just driving around. As you drive around Mexico, you get points. It's an arcade racing game. So as you can see right there, I got points for speed, things like that. It is what it is. It's an arcade racing game. So, and J-Dub's been playing it a whole lot. That's why his name's popping up there. Cycle Gamer's been playing. Shout out to Cycle Gamer. Fatal Mephisto. I mean, their avatars are within this game, so they are actually playing the game, playing the games. So yeah, I've heard that the PC build is rough. It's just that people are trying to play it at its max settings, and it's not. The PCs aren't reacting well. So, but yeah, you have to give the PCs time to patch. Now, for me to run this game, one, I had to take myself out of Discord. So you can't have Discord on. Why? Pretty much because Sony is in the process of buying Discord. So anything Microsoft related is subject to just boot you off. I would play this game and just get booted off. Like just get booted off. And and I also have to run the game as an administrator. So I launch it differently. You can, if you know anything about your PC, you understand about playing games under the administrator. And then sometimes I've launched it from the actual Xbox app and it's ran fine. So, but I average about 30 minutes while I play this game because it's just you're just doing nothing. You know, it's just you're there's really not a. I mean, it's a vast, great looking game. The LOD could be a little bit better. See right there, I just ran into that car, and you know, and nothing's wrong. You know, I went through a dust storm, and you know, I went through a dust storm, and I got no dust on my car. It's stuff like that. So again, great. It's an arcade racing game, and just don't expect it to be a simulator. It's never been. So the game is fun. I gave it an 8 out of 10. But I don't want to hear people say, I mean, your whole argument on the gaming and who's playing what. You need to start asking these same guys that are asking you for your trophy scores. Well, let's see what else you're playing. You know, if not, shut up, because you know, I think you're going to end up playing more games than a lot of them. You know, so but I love the pushback I'm seeing because, you know, it needed to be done. It did need to be done. So you know, as you can see there, I got a skill point for simply driving the car. And this is so this giving me a trophy, a skill point for driving the car. So, but see that I ran right into a tree, car still going. And I'm just showing you guys that so that you all see it's an arcade racing game. All right. And so yeah. But we'll move off of it again. I mean, it is a fun game. It's yeah, your Xbox influencers who, you know, they're just their job. They're an influencer. The question you need to start asking yourselves is, should you trust any influencer, you know, that pushes a product? Because I mean, they're getting things under the. I can't even say they're getting them under the table. They're getting things for doing that. So are they really the best persons to be listening to? My answer is no. That's why I'm like, you got to be a man and make your own damn decisions. So it was like when I went and saw the Eternals. I'm like, okay, I saw the Eternals. It was a solid movie. You know, I like the you know, there are things I liked about it, like all movies. There are things I didn't like about it, like all movies. You know? So the movie Tenet, in my opinion, is a perfect movie as far as sound, writing, action, story. Okay, that's perfect. To me, it hit all four of those things. But some people didn't like it. You know, people are like, oh, I didn't like that movie. Oh, you know, all right, fine. You know, but it replaced Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and you all know Close Encounters of the Third Kind is my favorite movie of all time. Like that's been my favorite movie since like 1980. So, but it's now my second favorite movie. So, but moving on from Forza, let's go ahead and talk about my TV set. Woohoo! So, if you don't know, I did a video with my flip phone camera at Best Buy yesterday, and I didn't even link in the description to that, but shout out to everybody that watched that. And over 100 of you all have watched it, so I do appreciate it. But let's put up on the screen what exactly I got my hands on here. So let me, darn it. Let me go over here. We go to window capture. Okay. So here's what I bought yesterday, and at Best Buy. I was at Best Buy yesterday, and it was TV day, so I went up there to get something. So I bought this yesterday. I bought the X85. It's 4K HDR LED with smart Google TV. I have no idea what Google TV is, like none. So I have to start reading up on it. But it had come down in price. They're undercutting the Samsung Q. I think the Q8 880. I think the 80 is, because that's the TV I was going to more than likely buy, was the 80. But I'm like, oh no, this is $150 cheaper. This is going to get bought. So this is a 50-inch TV. And I didn't notice this is a Bravia TV. I did not know I got a Bravia TV, but I am part of the Bravia family now. So, but that's roughly what it looks like. It's got the double stands here. What you don't see is these TVs come with these things to run your wires through, so you don't have all the crazy looking wires. We'll keep going down here, but this is what I got. So, it's got over 1 billion colors and a beautiful flush design. Now they had a 65-inch on display, so I got to see what my picture is going to look like. But it's 4K 120 FPS capability. Okay. I don't 4K, square for whatever that means. But it's a Bravia television. Of course, it's got the update, the VRR and the ALM update. So I did not know that. So that, but I've got the Triluminous Pro. So I've got a bright picture in its most natural setting. Of course, the sound. I mean, you all know I love my sound, right? So I'm going to get the best sound. So and I can control it with my voice with Hey Google, but it's just I don't care about that. So, but here are my specs. So I'm loving this built-in tuner. I love that. Digital cable. This is a 2.1 HDMI television, I believe. I certainly hope so. But all you can see here is it's got really high ratings from actual certified users. And I'm not mounting it. It's going to be on the TV. It's going to be on a table. So yeah. So I am extremely excited over it. And so here's how I came to the decision making. Here's how I did my decision making process. I looked at this TV, the X85J. I looked at the Samsung Q80, and I looked at the LG C1. Now, when I went to Best Buy on Wednesday, I was like the only one in the store. And I went over to the panel, and I went over to the panels. I went over to the blue shirt, and I said, I'm going to buy one of these 3 TVs on Friday. I'm not going to buy all 3. It's one of the 3. I said, I need your honest opinion on which TV I should buy. And so I talked to the Samsung sales rep. I talked to the Sony sales rep. And then I talked to a Best Buy sales rep. So here's how all this breaks down when you're looking at television sets. If you have a Xbox One, whatever, SX, Series SX, Samsung is the best television for you. There's a reason why at the Best Buy that I go to, they have the Xbox hooked up to a Samsung TV. So Microsoft has some deals with Samsung. And there's also some matching component cables. So the Series X pops on a Samsung TV. I saw the games running on a Samsung. This was the one I was looking at. I saw Gears of War running on it for about 3 to 5 minutes. He played it for me. I gotta say, it looked I was blown away. I'm not just saying that. Gears looked fantastic on this TV. He then turned it to some concert footage of one of my favorite bands, Linkin Park. Rest in peace, Chester, no doubt. Just phenomenal looking picture. Samsung TVs have artificial lighting that, in my opinion, you can argue that's too bright, but he put it on its natural setting and it looked good. It looked good. So, and so he recommended that. It's the Samsung rep. He recommended that for the Xboxes. So if yes. So if you have an Xbox, get it, and you're looking for TVs, go with Samsung. That's the best TV to match what the Xbox's outputs are going to be. And then I asked him about Sony. So the Sony TVs match 100% up with Sony's PlayStation. Surprise, surprise. So he said the Sony rep said the best TV to match with their PlayStations is a Sony TV. Okay, so he says you're just going to get a little bit extra bump on him. So I bought a Sony TV. I have a PlayStation 5. I then asked him about the movies and the TV shows, and he said, "Well, you won't have any issues there. It's because I have a Samsung 4K Blu-ray player, so and he said that won't be an issue, stuff like that. So I was trying to keep everything in the same family. That's why I'm a Samsung guy. But and for the PlayStation to pop, push and pop, it's a Sony TV. And it makes sense when you actually sit down at the table and you're asking them questions and things like that. How Sony being a hardware company, again, some of the same components are at play. So you're going to get a lock and key. That's what you're wanting. Lock and key. So plus, let's just keep it 100%. $749.99 is not that expensive. So then I switched to the next one, which was the infamous LG television set. LG split things right down the middle. So it's not that it's not good on your Xboxes. It's just you're not going to get the same lock and key components you will with a Samsung TV. Again, it's splitting it right down the middle. It's the same with Sony. So I had them turn all three of those TVs on, and I looked at them, and I stood back exactly 10 feet, which is proper viewing distance of all these TVs, 10 to 12 feet, or 6 to 10 feet, something like that. The Sony and Samsung screens looked better than the C1. It did. The C1 was darker. And I said, okay, can you make the C1 brighter? And they said, no, it's an OLED. So it has more natural lighting on it, which is the truth. Whereas the Sony picture and the Samsung picture has an artificial push behind it. But that's when I learned that I like the artificial push. That's what I like. And so I'd rather have that brightness that I can control. I can turn that down, versus the OLED. It was just dark and it's going to get darker. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. What if I'm in a dark room? Because if you don't know, like I know Samsung TVs, if you're in a dark room, you can actually, it knows, like it can sense it. I don't know how it does it, and it gets brighter, And the Sony TV, I don't know if it has the same feature on it or not, but the OLED is just going to be dark. There's nothing wrong with it though. Let me make this clear. The C1, which is the TV that we got to chuckle. I'm like, these guys online said they would sell their mamas into prostitution, to get a C1. And they all laughed, and they just said, "Well, the C1 now the C1 when they played a movie on the C1. Oh my God, it looked fantastic. They were showing what movie was that? Godzilla versus Kong. They switched to that, and man, wow, that looked really, 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 really good. But yeah, this is and look, I'm not knocking anybody that gets to see one or the CX. I mean, more power to you. And they're going to probably go on sale. But the reason why their OLEDs are coming back to their store is what they're being told is that they're too dark, and people don't like that. And I saw people leave comments like, "Well, the TVs in the store aren't tuned correctly." That's not true. The TVs in the store are actually tuned by the reps from those companies. At least at my Best Buy, the Sony rep only deals with Sony televisions. He don't know nothing about any other TV. I mean, he can look it up, and it's the same with the Samsung rep. He don't know nothing about. He won't talk about the Sony TVs. That's not their jobs. Their jobs are to push their own sets. And again, they were very knowledgeable. People at Best Buy don't get they're going to tell you the truth because they don't get commission off of they don't get a commission off of what's being sold. So what's being sold. Now you're talking. But the studio audience knows I'm going to drink. I don't care if it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Grown ass man, I do what I want. So if you're on a budget, the best budget TV for your buy is the Hisense. Okay, the Hisense is the best TV for on a budget. Right, you're gonna get a good picture. I don't know about the whole 60 hertz. I didn't look at it that much, but your picture is good. That's what I would recommend. But I get it. A lot of people I want to play 120 FPS. I'm like, okay, I understand that. That's going to cost you a little bit more money. But I got this TV for $750, and it's got all the bells and whistles. Now, yes, you're right. The blacks won't be, the color black won't be as clean as an OLED. You're right. But I got Dolby. I have Dolby Vision with this TV. I didn't know that. It's a Bravia TV. I didn't know that till this morning when I looked it up. I'm like, oh, I got a Bravia TV. I'm there, baby. My TV that I have is Best Buy has a service that they will take it out. They were just like, well, we'll take it out. I'm like, no. I'm going to try to sell it. So I put that up in the I had 2 people already called me about it. So but yeah, I think overall I had a good experience up there. I'm really looking forward to this TV. Now, I don't like these double stilts that it's on. I prefer the single stilt, but again, Samsung, I'm a Samsung guy. That's what I just prefer. But this is my first Sony television I've ever bought. So I'm looking forward to it, to getting the settings all down. This thing with Samsung TVs, I know the settings like that because I've always had a Samsung TV since like, gee whiz, I don't know, 2009 or 10. I've always had a Samsung TV. So whether it was an LCD or something like that. So so I'm used to their settings, and I'm looking forward to this Sony TV and linking it up with that PlayStation and just having it lock and key together. So that was my TV experience yesterday, and shout out to everybody that donated, that helped make that happen. It was not the OLED simply because the OLED was too dark, but there's nothing wrong with the OLEDs. I mean, I'm not, nothing wrong with the OLEDs, but I'm pretty sure this Samsung TV will probably be the last TV I buy. And if I do get an Xbox, I'm just going to hook it up. I'm going to buy a monitor, and I'll just hook it up to a monitor. Just play Xbox off of a monitor. But because it's going to be my secondary console. No matter what I do, it will always be a secondary console to me. So, but yeah. So I had a good time on it. and up there at Best Buy, and everybody was extremely helpful. And so shout out to those guys if they're watching. Um, let's see here. Shout out to Cryptic Viper, the young person that got the Blue Point thing correct. Says Hisense is only native 60 hertz. Motion rate is fake 120. Yeah, I know. Like I said, if you're buying a Hisense TV, double check that it's 2.1. Okay, just double check it. So I know my Sony TV is. So and that's, again, look at the price, and then look what I got: Dolby Vision, 2.1 HDMI. I've got the HDR, the high, extremely high nit count on HDR. So I'm good. I'm as Ice-T said back in the day, I'm caked out, Jack. You know. What's up, Jay Fields? The refresh rate in the United States, I don't know if you live in the United States, the rate coming out of the United States right now, the standard rate is 60 hertz. Now, there are televisions that are 120 hertz, but this is why I recommended a monitor. But my TV that I have right now physically in my house is 60 hertz. The TV that will be here Wednesday can go up to 120 hertz. So now, not every game or everything is going to be shown at 120 hertz. So I think the Super Bowl this year it may be broadcast at over 120 hertz. I think I heard something about that. Just got to get that confirmed. Just looking at some of the questions here. Did you get a TV mount? Mount? No. It's just going to be sitting on the stand here. What's up, Sonny in VR? Sonny in VR got the he got the 55A80J. That's a Samsung TV, right? OLED. See, and I think that's the QLEDs. I think that's what it's called. So, Persmer says, I seem to like MCU movie no matter how bad they are. No, I did not like Thor Dark World. I did not like Thor Dark World at all. So Thor Dark World was get that out of here, because I was like, yeah, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. So let's see here. Compost, at least they followed the comics in the Eternals, just the writing needed work. Yeah, I thought the Eternals was fine. I mean, I'm more excited about what I saw. If you all watch Disney Plus Day, She-Hulk and Moon Knight, they showed us stuff like that. They showed Kamala Khan for Miss Marvel. So again, I'm more excited for that than but the Eternals was fine. Also, if you don't know, if you have Disney Plus, you can now watch like 12 or 13 movies in IMAX. They're converting all their movies to IMAX format. Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings became available yesterday. If you hadn't seen that, everybody loves that movie. So, and I don't know, I assume they put it in correct chronological order. I have not even turned on Disney Plus to check because I was busy buying a television set. That was kind of what I was pressed on. The Cryptic Viper is saying Bravia X900H is the cheapest native 120 hertz. That is true, by Sony, and under $1,000 in price, just not OLED. Yeah, again, that's you're right about that. So, and I don't know how the X85J matches up to the 900. So I didn't even think about that. So yeah. He said, Corey Massey, shout out to Corey Massey, says, I want a bright TV for a bright room and a dimmer TV for a darker room. Most people prefer a brighter TV because most people don't view TV in. That is true. See, I just now started doing that. So Samsung with the artificial lighting is perfectly fine. Now, Samsung's artificial lighting, I think, is the dynamic lighting. That dynamic lighting, I've said before, that I think it's too bright. But the natural lighting for me is perfect. The natural lighting for me is perfect on a Samsung TV. So I will be looking for the Sony TV to see how that works. But shout out to all these people online. They actually have got these TVs and they tell you what the best settings are for your Xbox or for your PlayStation. So that's what I'll be tuning to. I mean, Samsung, I already know the person to go turn to. hey, I got this TV. What settings should I go to? And they sent you an email. So shout out to him for doing that. Shout out to everybody for being here. Let me give a shout out to everybody that's here. Sunny in VR. What's happening? Jeff B Gaming. What's going on? And again, we're going to be talking about Sony, the year in review. I'm going to do my own year in review. We get a good laugh on that. Let's see, Corey Massey's in the house always. Oh, what's up, Jemiah Dixon? Shout out to Jemiah. He's up early. He was playing Left 4 Blood. I guess there's still Left 4 Blood out there. Let's see here. Windsweep is in the house. What's happening? Well, that Best Buy stream did not turn out well. That is a horrible picture. So I need to get me a different camera or something. That I tried to watch that this morning, and thanks everybody for watching that. But at least on my screen, it looked terrible. Like sometimes it looked really good, but that camera on my phone, like I got the little flip phone, and that's bad, man. I did not realize how bad it was. Oh, what's up, Soul Provider? Yes, please get the likes up. Let's see here. Paul Game is in the house as always. Let's see here. Pomper Smoke said, yeah, again, the media, that's why I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to it. Days Gone, to me, what I wish that I could have done differently is I did like the part where that guy got his arm cut off. That was actually pretty cool. But it would have been nice to change clothes. That's all I can really say. If you're in a zombie apocalypse, at least have the characters change some clothes. And yes, they could have charged, whatever, $7.99 for that. Because they did it with Mass Effect, and I bought that. And that was it. I'm like, man, my character's going to be able to change clothes, put on some sweatpants or something, give me some sweats. Even in Grand Theft Auto Vice City, they let your character change clothes like, 6 times? That's what I thought was the coolest thing when I first bought Vice City back in the day. But let's see here. Forza Horizon is GTA, but just driving. Hey, I guess it could be. It could be. I did level up my TV game, Compost. I needed to, though, brother. I love my Samsung TV when I bought it, but it was time to step up my game and try to. If you're in the market, go ahead and buy one because inflation's going up. And I went to go buy a bag of Grippos this morning, like the twin pack. It was close to $5. I'm like. Literally, I'm like, oh yeah, you can put that back. I can just get some chips and salsa. And it's like, the hell with this. So, Corey Massey says HDMI 2.1 is the biggest letdown in TV history. Well, like I said, I don't. You need HDMI 2.1 to game at 120 FPS, but I don't game at 120 FPS. I guess I can try to see what it's like, but even on my PC, I'll go up to 90 or something like that. I've been higher than that. The highest I ever got was I got like 140 one time, and it was just I was running all over the place. I couldn't control it, so. What's the screen size? 50? I got it up there on the screen right there. Choose your option. I went with the 50. So, which I have a 49-inch Samsung, so it's going to be roughly the same size. I'll have to pull it a little bit further up because of the stilts it's going to be on. And my sound bar, I'm going to get a sound bar. Shout out to Jemiah Dixon for the gift card. And Jemiah, he may become Jemiah Claus, and maybe he send me another $25 gift card. But so what game am I going to buy? Right now, GameStop has games that are 2 buy 2 get 1 free. So I may go up there later on today and buy a couple of games. So I may not though. It just we got this cold front that came through here, and I woke up. I did my walk this morning, because I'm an old man and I got to walk. But I walked this morning and it was 38 degrees out there, and I'm thinking, well, maybe the high would be 50. The high is only supposed to be 40, like 42. I'm like, yeah, nah, I think I'm staying in the house. I'm gonna drink me a 40 of OE. So, Yeah, but I have a 50-inch screen TV of my PC monitor that is 32 inches. I have a Dell, a 32-inch monitor, so curved monitor, gaming monitor. Yeah, I even showed the receipts. I forgot that I was at Best Buy, and people will probably be like, well, it's because he said he was buying it, don't mean he will. So I ended up having to show the receipts because that's how stupid some of these people are out here in your community. So now let's look at the PS5. Eric 83 said we have a warm front here in Daytona. I hate you guys. I mean, it just I hate you guys. Well, now's the time of the year for me to be in Daytona, though, right? Because I'm down there hurting. You know, we're up here just, man, I was madder than a hornet when I was walking this morning. I was like, oh, gosh. Let's see here. Let's go. I was thinking. There we go. So, yeah, like people were saying that, your 1 year warranty is up. And they're not wrong about that. Your 1 year warranty, if you bought a PS5 or a Series X, whichever one, that warranty is up. Sony is no longer liable if your PS5 blows up at this point. So we'll go ahead and start talking about that here. And that is the main topic of the day. Let's put this up here on the screen. Got that over here wrong? Oh, here, there we go. Here. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just put it right, about right here. Let me take a short commercial break, and I'll be back. Play some music for you. All right, and we are back. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What is happening? What is happening? Well, yeah, let's get to the main topic, the PS5 1 year later. This is just going to be my personal view of it, of the entire year. I want to give a big shout out to Marlin Gaming Nation because he covered it on a yearly basis, and that's the way I'm going to cover it as well. I did like the way he did that. Go check that podcast out if you hadn't listened to it. But let's start with the general announcement, which was Jim Ryan is walking out on stage showing the logo, which wasn't a big deal. Everybody went nuts. I'm like, it's just a logo. What are we doing here? So and it was just like, I wasn't hyped about nothing. I was just kind of like, whatever, you know. You know. Then Jeff Keighley was responsible for a couple of things. Jeff Keighley, I believe, showed the PlayStation Dual Sense controller. He did a 7 or 10-minute video on that. Everybody saw that. They saw the color and they loved it, and he was telling us about it. And again, I'm thinking, okay, that's nice, but It's just a controller. You know, it's just not that big a deal. And he was saying how some of the things it was going to have in it they were expected to be much better. Again, it's nice for Sony to say that, but you know, I'm like Missouri. You got to show me, right? Then the video that brought the house down, that everybody lost their lunch on, and ever since then has had the Xbox community in tears, which was the infamous epic Unreal gaming video that brought the house down. I mean, can we ever you know, yes, that epic gameplay demo to this day is still, you go back and watch that and you found out all kind of things about it. The nanite technology they were using, it was running on a PlayStation 5, and that blew everybody away. I don't care who you are, but that's the moment where I almost fell out of my chair because I couldn't believe what I was watching. And you know, the fact that it was running at 1440p, it had been spun down from 8K, they were saying. It drove the PC community went mad because of the SSD that the PlayStation 5 did have. It showed that technology at the end of the video where she's flying. What people didn't seem to understand is that was being rendered in real time. It wasn't predetermined. The stuff that was falling, that was being streamed into content. So they weren't using a whole lot of the PlayStation 5's budget. And so once that happened, that's that day when that happened, and you can go back and track it. The Xbox community went into immediate damage control. The PC community lost their shit. And then the PlayStation community, you saw it. They bowled up because all they had heard was 12 T flops and 52 CUs and V8, you know, VRR and variable rate shading, and which they don't know. They know nothing about variable rate anything, because I'm like, you all are excited about variable rate shading, but not variable clock speeds. I mean, they both are going to help the consoles, and I got attacked for that. You know, and it's kind of, and now here we are a year later, and the console that has variable rate clock speeds is outperforming the one with the static clock. You know, primarily because it's not locked into just doing one thing. But you know, but as far as when I got hyped, when I hit the floor, was the epic Unreal demo. And that's me personally. Everybody, just leave your comments in the comment section on what was the moment you got really excited. Okay, I mean, when you got really, really excited, you know, for it, and not no BS like, oh, I got excited as soon as they said it was coming out. Nah, this what moment did you really like? Man, I gotta really try to get one of these. You know, for me personally, it was the Unreal demo. And I've said that multiple times. I'm being consistent about it. I've never seen anything like that before. You know, I still have it. So, and you know, and I come from a generation that we had Missile Command and Pac-Man. So to see something of that magnitude where they can really take this thing, I literally lost it. I was like, oh my God, you know. And at first it was, and notice how at the time people were saying, well, it was only 30 frames per second. But the same people are excited about the medium being built ground up for the Xbox, 30 frames per second, flight simulator ported directly from a studio, from Microsoft Studios, 30 frames per second, which is an abomination. And then you have the Forza game, again, targeting 30 frames per second, can't run 60 at 4K native. Again, I'm not knocking it. 4K native to me is just, it's a marketing term. But, you know, you don't hear them talking about power anymore. Like the power narrative died. You know, the power narrative died. So, it just overnight, like the music died. Singing bye bye Miss American Pie. They don't talk about it no more, you know, because every time I look up, the Series X has screen tearing and the PlayStation 5 doesn't. And that is because you have a static clock on the Xbox, and the PlayStation is like, well, I don't need that much budget over there, so I'm going to push it over here to help with the frames. So, and again, that's one of the big things about this generation is the 60 frames per second. I'm not making that up. So, you know, just it is what it is. And who plays Farming Simulator? I may try that game and see what kind of become a black farmer and get some reparations, because the black farmers in the United States are getting reparations for the land being stolen from them and things like that. So if you all didn't know that, but let me see if I can pull a video up here of the PS5 launch. And then we got to the actual, was it the Future in Gaming, that I don't know what PlayStation called it, where they actually unveiled the PlayStation 5. Like they actually physically, we actually saw it, and everybody went nuts. Like when we saw it, it looked like it was from something from outer space. It looked like a flying saucer or something like that. That's like, oh wow, yeah, we saw the games, they showed, golly, they showed Gran Turismo, that vertical slice, they showed Horizon vertical slice, they showed was it God of War? I can't remember if they showed God of War or not. Maybe they didn't. It's been over a year, but that video got everybody talking, and everybody wanted to go buy one. And so let me see if I can pull up a YouTube video. Fair use, and the PS5, let's see, launch day. Let's see here. I mean, these people were so mad. I think this is one of the funniest videos. Let me see if I can. Let me go ahead and turn that down. Let me just get past this stupid commercial. Let's see if I can run a little bit of this. Because if you just want a good laugh, a good old fashioned, oh my God, laugh. If I can put this up on the screen. And go ahead and make sure you're voting over there. But what was the moment? You can leave a comment in the comment section or in the thing. We can talk about it briefly. I know y'all got other things to do today. Let's see here. Trying to put this up on the screen so that you all can look at it and get a good laugh. So let me go back over to the screen. You put it in theater mode. Just play this here on the screen. This is a GameStop PS5 launch. The PS5 launch Black Friday. I guess last year. This is there was. I'm not gonna play the whole video, and I'm not. But people actually broke into the mall and waited and we're waiting for 2 o'clock in the morning. This is this guy's video, so shout out to him. I'm not gonna play the whole video, there's no sound, but he literally, this is one of the funniest videos I've seen. I'm just gonna kind of breeze through it, so you know how bad it was out there for people. I mean, they got the law out here, because GameStop, this is so stupid. GameStop had 2 of these things in the store, and they had like 30 people standing in line. It's just kind of like, hey, you know what? We only got 2 in the store. The guy that's number 30 is like, oh, okay, I'll wait. And then if you watch the video, and it's because to me it's comedy relief. If you watch the whole video, you will hear people in the video saying, "They're lying, they're lying." It's they got more in the bag. It is so funny. But that's how crazy it was to try to go out there and get one, that people were fighting and knocking each other down and trying to rob people. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, everybody was going to go out there. It's going to be like, hey, come here. Let me holler at you real quick. I gotta ask you a question. Let me talk to you about something real fast. And that's the way it was going to be. Like, and you had scalpers out there. That was terrible. And you still have scalpers out there. I know somebody that paid $800 for their PlayStation 5. $800. My new TV didn't even cost that much. So it's that to me really, big shout out to the PlayStation community. Emmer 17 was able to get his hands on 2. I don't know how he did it. There are people talking about I got 3 of them. I got 4 of them. How? There's people that can't get 1. But again, I don't have the ability to stay up. And shout out to people who got their Xboxes the same way. They stayed up and went to the Walmart site. I've said this specifically. If you want to try to get one, make sure you're already logged into Walmart and make sure you buy something from Walmart. I don't care if you buy M&Ms from Walmart. I don't care. Make sure you can just go to the store, click on it, put it into your cart, pay for it. Because that's what happened to me. I had one at Best Buy in my cart, and because I wasn't logged in, I had to log in, and by the time I just went to go log in and went back, it was gone. And I'm like, no! I know. I was like, oh my God, I had it. It was like in my hands. In my hands. Like the song Hemorrhage, in my hands, yeah. Had it. But it got taken. Somebody came in and hucked it. They were like, hey, come here. Let me holler at you real fast. Let me talk to you about that. And then it was gone. Like Thanos snap, gone, so yeah, I was mad as hell. But shout out to the community for getting me one. Shout out to everybody. I mean, everybody that was telling me to try to go to this store and go check over here. Everybody was, everybody, you guys are awesome. And so like for me this fall, for people that are looking for one, I'm going to do my best to be on the lookout for some. I can tell you that there's going to be another stock drop next week at Target. I just don't know what day, and that's for the PlayStation 5. Right now, the Series X consoles are actually, you're able to go into stores and start getting them. That will start next week too. They'll just be able to go to the store, at least where I live. They have specifically said they're going to get a whole bunch in, so we'll be able to just go get them. So, yeah, I mean, it was crazy, out there. Pay 50 over retail to pick up that day, like your Xbox or PlayStation. And, but you all can just pull those videos up on YouTube if you all want to just get a good laugh. You all can get a good laugh. I mean, because to me, it's funny. I'll be cooking something or doing cleaning or something like that, and I'll put those videos on and just like, my God, I'm glad I got one. So he got his second one from PS Direct in December. Yeah, see that I don't even know how that works, because people are like, well, it gives you an alert. I mean, it never did that for me. It never did that for me. And there were people calling in sick to work so that they could sit up on PS Direct and Target to get one. And some of them were able to get one. They just literally sat there. And again, I don't have the ability to just sit down and keep hitting refresh. I don't. I'm not knocking anybody that has that ability, but I do not have that ability. So, but as far as, so again, Lee, what your favorite PS5 game was this year? Mine so far has been, it's been Miles Morales. That's my favorite PS5 game. I didn't platinum it or anything like that, but as far as the game itself, the game was really fun to play. And again, we got games at the PS5 on PS5 at 60 frames per second. You got a hardware-based ray tracing on games. You got machine learning on some of the games, and Sony patented more machine learning for its PlayStation. I don't know if you all saw that or not. But again, it really, the year came down to what the PS5 was not going to be capable of. And now every time it does it, it's like, yeah, you all lied. And, you know, but they were influencers, so of course they lied. You know, their job is not to tell you the truth. It's not. Their job is not to tell you the truth. Their job is to influence you to go get something else. But Corey Massey saying he had to sleep outside to get your PS5. You brought a chair and slept outside, third in line. Wow. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I look, I've done crazy things myself. So, you know, for me, oh man, was it Star Wars? The re-release of the original Star Wars movies back in the 90s. Yeah, I went to the Cinemark theater. There was no seating like we have now. You have assigned seating. We didn't have that in 1996. So you had to wait in line, and I got in line at 8:30 in the morning, and tickets went on sale at 11 o'clock, and I was there. Grand Theft Auto 4. I got the special edition. And I waited outside of GameStop 9 o'clock, and it went on sale at 12:10 in the morning. Halo 3. You know, midnight launch, Best Buy, up there with a bunch of people talking about Halo, having a good time talking about it. People grilled out, people ordered pizza. It was just a fun night. It was a fun time to be a gamer. I met some really cool people. Still friends with a couple of people I met up there in line. You know, been to one of them's wedding. When he got married, this a fun time. You know, yeah, I'm seeing games. I see Ratchet and Clank. I see Returnal. Yeah, I may buy Returnal today. I mean, I don't know. I am going to go to GameStop. I just got to figure out when I can get up there. So somebody cleans their PS5s monthly. See, I'm afraid to take mine apart because I will get it. But it's actually, I think I run my PS5 maybe, like I said, 2 hours a day. I know it can gather dust just sitting there. But yeah, I've got a blower that I put on it and stuff like that. But you know, there were people saying that PS5 was overheating. They just lied about it, things like that. I've been able to play Ratchet and Clank. Here's what I have not played yet. I haven't played Ratchet and Clank a long time. I think I got maybe 3 hours into it, maybe 4 hours. I haven't played Resident Evil Village yet. I haven't played Madden yet. I want to go buy Madden today. And I haven't played Returnal or something called Demon Souls, which I just call Oblivion 2.0, because that's what it looks like to me. You're just running around. You know, you're literally just running around killing things with a sword like I did in Oblivion. But I haven't played those games yet. And but it's wintertime. It's cuffing season, as they like to say. And I do plan on buying those games and getting them going. So I already have Resident Evil, and I already have, I've got Returnal. I just have not been able to get to it yet because I'm just busy. You know, busy. So, so in 1 year, how many times I clean it constantly? Cryptid Vipers, she got hers at Amazon at 11:53 p.m. September 16th, 2020. Barely snagged it, was sold out. Wow, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Yeah, I've heard it's going faster than that now. So they're really having a hard time keeping the PS5 on shelf. So my grade for the PS5 overall is an A-, mainly because they're not doing a good enough job, in my opinion, of getting them out enough. Now, that's not all their fault. I understand that, but I'm giving it an A-. The games have been really, they blew the games away. I mean, as far as they had Sackboy, they had Destruction Derby or Destruction All-Stars, whatever that was called, Demon Souls, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. They did the remaster of, of the original Spider-Man at 60 frames per second. If that's what you wanted to play, you can play it at 1800p, 60 frames per second. You can play it at 4K 30 native with full ray tracing, or you could play it at 1440p 60, with ray tracing. Now you got to remember the PS5 doesn't support 1440p, not yet. So you pretty much, it was outputting at 1440p, but it was being upscaled to 4K. I mean, and with the ray tracing, the game looked phenomenal. We all know that. So but I've given it an A- simply because not everybody has one, and I felt guilty. No cap when I say this, talking about it, simply because a lot of people didn't have them, and it's kind of like, well, okay, how can I sit up here and talk about something that the vast majority of people don't have? And I'm lucky to have one. I mean, lucky, you know. So Microsoft Live Skyrim Anniversary Edition is one first party game and not on Game Pass. It's $50. Oh, okay. What is it going to have in it? Like, what do they do with it? It's already 4K 60. What did they say they did with it? So, don't buy the GTA trilogy. It's a ripoff. Well, I've already played that years ago. I recommend it. I mean, when you're playing the GTA trilogy, the reason why you've got other games like that, from Mafia to Scarface, to the reason why you got those games is because of GTA. You know, so 50. Oh, so you spent you had your PS5 a year. This is the first 48 gaming. A year, spent $50 to pre-order, not a long wait to pick it up. Yeah, well, that's yeah. You can see the videos of when people came to get them. There are people waiting outside. Like, I know somebody who had to walk to get his. He had to walk up there to GameStop to get his because his wife had the car. She was at work, and he was afraid to go and get him. I walked up there with him and, you know, helped him walk home. And when he got one, so because you cannot not know that's what's in the bag, right? So. You know, can't wait to see how good Horizon Forbidden West will look on PS. Yeah, I mean, again, once I get that new Sony TV, oh my goodness, So, so yeah, I'll be doing that. Your PS5 has been running on 10 to 12 hour gaming sessions, split between two kids and you daily, and goes to hibernation mode when I'm playing. Only turn you off to clean it. Oh, okay. See, I turned mine completely off. Yeah, mine is completely off all the time, and then I will start it up. But that's a different way to do it, I guess. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Did I get Vanguard yet? No. Now, and let me make this clear. Somebody wants to be nice and donate, I will go get it, because I remember I went out and bought that one game that nobody wanted to play online. So people want to play online. That's just you know me, I'm behind a paywall. And the two games I'm gonna get is Madden, and maybe go get one more game because they have buy two get one. Let me look at the GameStop thing again. Hold on, because I don't want to walk in there then be madder than a hornet. So let's see here. GameStop buy two. Is it buy two get one free? All right, let's see here. Yeah, GameStop running buy two get one free for new video game releases. Okay, so I don't know if Returnal gets this, but yeah, see, Call of Duty's in here. Call of Duty Vanguard PlayStation 5 is in the buy two get one free. So it's Call of Duty, it's Madden. Let's see here. Yes, Madden. I don't know why. Forza 5 is on here. I mean, new games. The Skyrim edition you guys were talking about is on here. Demon Slayer is on here. It's they've got some, you know, these are the new games. So so yeah, I remember I told you guys I was going to buy two games, and I thought it was going to be Guardians and Madden. That's what I was more than likely going to buy. I just beat Death Stranding. It was one of the most unique stories I've ever played it ever. That was cool to play. So, let's see here. Some say Death Stranding is visually impressive. Yeah, it is. I mean, when you play it in that letterbox mode, it is phenomenal. It was phenomenal looking. but yeah, it was very good. It was very good. So yeah. But it was I enjoyed Death Stranding. I didn't think it was the greatest game ever, but it was like it was fun to play. It was fun to play. So, but again, guys, go ahead. That is my PS5 1 year review. I know 2022 is a big year. You got the Uncharted game coming out again. You get the Uncharted movie coming out. Uncharted's going to PC. Big year for Uncharted. For Horizon Forbidden West is coming out next February, I believe. Elden Ring. I don't know if you all saw the test of Elden Ring, but it looks like right now it looks like the PS4 version is running stable 60 on PS5 versus the PS5 version, but it's an alpha. It will get better. Somebody got that test up there. What you all think about Elden Ring? Is that a day one for you guys, as you all would say? Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, well, my suggestion for anybody that's playing Death Stranding is once you can go ahead and build roads. Okay, because I would spend my 2 hour gaming sessions. I wouldn't deliver a damn thing. But you know what I did do? I went out and got what was it? Ceramics. Well, it was ceramics and some other things. Kyra crystals, ceramics, and metals. I would just get them. I would take them to where the roads were, and I would build the roads. And it got to a point where I had built roads in everywhere except the main winter parts. And also, if you're on the road, you can't get attacked. I didn't know if you knew that or not. Like, the game won't attack you until the very end, where I kept getting attacked by something called a BT. And I still don't know what a BT is. I mean, it was whatever it was trying to kill me. So, but yeah. So, what's up there, Wally? He says Elden Ring is day one for you. You like those type of games? Yeah, I'm just see, I never built one zip line, and I never built one zip line in there. But there's things you can get different outfits. You'll progress, and you'll get a power skeleton. You'll get a utility skeleton. You'll get a speed skeleton. So it is what it is. So, but I went with power 90% of the time. So, so yeah, I may be doing that too for today. That Guardians game and the Guardians of the Galaxy is the game of the year. Okay, fair. I mean, again, that's fine. I mean, my game of the year is Mass Effect, so you already know that, right? So make sure that everybody we see your Mass Effect trophies, So and remember, if y'all want to contact me on PlayStation, that's open, that's available. That way you all can look at. I mean, I guess you all can see the trophies at that point. Yeah, do not be giving anybody your trophies that's not on your friends list. I mean, to me, it's borderline homosexual that they ask for it anyway. But there you go. The GTA trilogy is whack. I mean, again, I've already played that. I played that when it originally came out. I was very lucky. We had GTA trilogy. We had the Mass Effect trilogy. We had the Gears of War trilogy. We've had a bunch of games, so we had a bunch of Ghost Recon games. So again, Rainbow Six, Vegas, Rainbow Six 1 and 2 are two of the best games I ever played. So we had Oblivion come out, we had Skyrim come out, we've had all the we had Dragon Age. I mean, again, trust me. I mean, I being somebody who plays games. Having all that at my fingertips at one point was really fun. Now, I'm playing Mafia 1 right now. Because I mean, people, and let me make this clear. It's not that big a deal. I'm going to go get something new, but because it was free and I never finished it on my 360, I'm playing it and it's okay. I played Mafia 3. Shout out to Lincoln Clay. The Lincoln Clay character. Yeah, I played up that already. So I'm like, Mafia 2, I think I had a PlayStation 4, I think, but I think Mafia 1, I had an Xbox. So I just, and it's fun. It's an okay game, you know. Rainbow Six Vegas 2. Well, see, yeah, I think Rainbow Six Vegas is the best tactical shooting game I've ever played. Ever. And why Ubisoft went away from that and went to this, and that's what Ghost Recon Wildlands was supposed to be. Everybody thought, oh man, they're going back to the tactical based shooter. That's what Ubisoft, those Rainbow Six games, and that's its DNA. And they've gone more to an open world Call of Duty. Hey, the sun's coming out. They went to more open world Call of Duty style, and that's just kind of like, I don't like that, you know. But that's just me. That's me. So, but yeah, I was playing Death Stranding. I think I was over 100 hours. I think. Don't quote me on that. I may be under that, but I played that for a long time. The director's cut came with it was 60 frames per second, and it came with a letterbox mode. Now I played it in letterbox, so and that gave me, I don't know, it was like 1592p, pretty much a lot 60 frames per second. It was, you know, that's been done by NX Gamer. Death Stranding is the game NX Gamer said it was performing closer to a 3070. That's where I got the term 3070 from. If you don't know, your PlayStation 5 is roughly a 2070 Super, and it can go up to roughly a 2080 is in the NVIDIA card range. I mean, you know, you got the ray tracing, you know, stuff like that. AMD, it looks closer to being a 6800 XT. That's what it looks like now. And the fact is that people got mad at NX Gamer for saying that. I'm like, well, this is a really good thing. If they're able to get that right now, and we're in the first year, imagine what it's going to be in 2023. You know, imagine that. You play 4K 30 in Death Stranding. No, that's fine. I mean, again, it's everybody's different. It's hard for me to go back to playing 30 at all at this point because I can feel those frames. But with that said, it's nothing wrong with playing at 30 frames per second. It's just, you know, that's what we did last gen. We were playing at 30 frames per second, and you know, the PS-5 is not. I want to play my games at 60 frames per second. So I will, again, like a PC gamer, they trade off resolution for frames, and I don't care to do that. Okay, that's me personally. Now, everybody's different, but that's what you see in the PC community. That's what they don't like to tell you guys. Is that they'll say, well, I'm playing at 120 frames or 180 frames per second, but they don't tell you they're playing at 800p. Okay, that's what they don't tell you. Okay, so, and everybody who has a PC knows that. They know I'm telling you the truth. So, because most of these guys are gaming at 1080p. Now, they are graduating up to 1440p. That's why I said I think Sony, being a hardware company, should look at making a gaming monitor. Okay, that you know, that's just my opinion, to make a gaming monitor. But you know, they didn't. So, but I am going to get off here because I am going to try to go to. I do need to get something to eat. I am starving, Marvin. So, and I got football coming on at noon. So, you guys have a good one and be blessed. Again, great time. 1 year anniversary for your PlayStation 5. So, just enjoy it and understand. Oh, what's up, Chris B? All the way up to Majestic level. All righty. Well, we'll go ahead and definitely get you something because go check out my member only videos. I'm gonna be doing more of them, talking about more stuff, you know, and there will be members only. Also, when I get my camera, I've ordered one off Amazon. So I'm getting a 1080p camera. Hopefully it'll be here. And I don't know. I think it'll be here Wednesday or Thursday. I said Wednesday because I gotta work 12s next week, 4 12s. So yeah, Avengers on 4K 30 mode, unplayable on PS5 free. Really? Okay. Again, I didn't have that problem when I played it, but again, hopefully it works out for you. Yeah, just try to re-download it again. I didn't have a problem with it when I bought it. I bought that last year. Yeah, I bought that. Was that last Black Friday or that weekend? That game at Best Buy was like $20. I think that was $20. So yeah. But guys, I'm gonna get on off here. I appreciate you. You all stay blessed. You all take it easy and have a great afternoon. And just remember, play your games, and to shout out Foxy Games, play the games, not the corporation. Peace out.